I want to say thank you. Oh, thank you. I want to say thank you. Oh, thank you. 'Cause I'm so grateful. So very grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm always so grateful. I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. I want to say thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. I want to say thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my wonderful friends, my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Again, my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Say thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank How many people could use that healing day? This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing. And thanks, Spirit, again for our friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my wonderful friends, my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. I want to say thank you. Oh, thank you. 'Cause I'm always very grateful. So very grateful. Welcome. Welcome to Oakbrook Living, everybody. This place of love, freedom, and acceptance. We accept each and every one of you today, knowing that you are the divine incarnate here on this earth, having this experience with the rest of us. And how cool it is that I recognize that in each and every one of you. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice when you recognize it, doesn't it? All right, coming up. Divine dining is returning. All who know about what divine... Who's ever been to a divine dining? Raise your hand. Right? The ones that have been to divine dining will tell you not only is the food excellent and the company superb, but it's really cool to be outside of Oakbrook with your Oakbrook family and just learn different things about each other. And that's what divine dining is about. And so how you can contribute is you contribute a meal in your home. And you invite people, and they pay for the tickets, $20 a head usually, and that meal is your contribution to the fundraiser, and then the ticket sales go all to Oakbrook, and it gives you an opportunity to get to know each other in a very intimate and special way. So if you have any questions, please talk to Norma. She's out getting coffee for me. Hey, you know what though? How cool is that, right? I'm so blessed to have someone wonderful in my life that'll get me coffee. And don't forget, we do have coffee, you guys. Coffee and some tea and some snacks. They are in the bookstore. Feel free to browse. And the bookstore is open more than just Sundays. You can come in and peruse. You can tell your friends. Y'all can come in and just kind of hang out. If you want to see a book, if you heard something on Oprah, which happens a lot, you know, favorite book club of the month or what have you, let Lita know. Lita, raise your hand. Let Lita know, and she will get that book regardless of where it is. She will try her absolute best to get it for you. And also, we have the Signs of My magazine in there. If you do not get a subscription for yourself, please pick up the month's magazine, because every single day there's a different snippet to help you along your day. And it's really wonderful. We'll be reading out of the Signs of My magazine today, later on. And on Tuesdays at 10 a.m., we have yoga with Gail and Ron. Right there. They're an amazing couple, a dynamite couple that does the dynamite. Oh, come on, Ron. You know you're dynamite. Come on now. But they are just incredible, and what they do for your body is so gentle and wonderful that it just brings you back to that awe-inspiring part of who you are and connects you with the physical of who you are as well as the spiritual. So that's lovely. The green team on the 28th at 7 p.m., which is on Wednesday at 7 p.m., the green team has been doing amazing stuff out there in the garden. Come on up. Yeah.
Hi, girl. Hey, girl. I am so very thrilled about the green team and gardening with the goddess. Let me just give you a little bit of update about what's going on. Nancy, will you wave to us back there, Nancy? She has donated to us some milk thistle, and it... Oh, Karen. I'm sorry. Karen, milkweed has been donated to us and is now in the ground because she's come and helped set us up a little area over here for the monarch butterflies. And we're actually going to have plaques that are going to go in the ground and talk about what is going on in the garden in various areas. So if you've not had a chance to walk around and look at the new things that are happening, a new queen palm was put in over here by our beautiful Brooke, a lady palm. I'm so glad you guys are here to keep me straight. I would be so lost. I'm good with the ground. That's about no. Anyways, so the green team's meeting this Wednesday, and they're every other Wednesday, the first Wednesday and the third Wednesday of the month. And then gardening with the goddess is the first Monday after Food Sunday. And that's only once a month. So if you want to help, we are looking for all sorts of stuff to be donated. Right now they're working on pop tops from the soda cans. So if you have any of those, that's what we're looking at now. There's a little bucket in the in the kitchen area for you to put those. But there's also a calendar that Shanna did, and it's going to be posted on the board back there for all the upcoming events for the entire year of what our plans are for Rolling Over. So please, if you have any interest at all, join with us, because it's not secular by age. We have all sorts of age people, all the way down to little Dalton, who gets his little hands in and dirty, all the way out to, I don't even know who's the oldest. That's probably me. So, but come flower with us, because we're having a good time with it.
Fantastic. And what's wonderful about that team is that we're teaching the children how to, live a sustainable life and, to be inspiring as individuals. And that's what we need to do. We need to show these young people by example. So come on out and show them what you can do. And, hey, it's fun too. And you get the reward every time you come in and see the beautiful flowers. Youth events. Here's what's coming up. Come on down, Miss Shanna.
Hello. We have so much coming up for the kids. I'm going to have an amazing amount of announcements next Sunday. The really quick ones that I can give you right now is, if you are interested. Oh, there's two. Oh, you gave me 2 slides? Oh, look at that. He sure did. On the 7th of June, if you are interested whatsoever in volunteering with the children, there is a mandatory workshop from 2 to 4 p.m. It is the same day as the first practice for youth choir at the same time. This is why I love my husband. He's going to do the youth choir for the very first practice, and so that I can do the workshop for the very first practice. Okay. So, as you can see. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I've already had so many people volunteer, and I could use even twice that, because then everyone can alternate. So anyone who's interested in helping with the kids, whether it's on a Sunday morning, whether it's during the week, anytime whatsoever, please, 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 please see me. And that way I can have a list and know how many sets of papers I need to have printed. But it's going to be a blast. It's only for 2 hours. Just 2 hours on a Saturday. That's all I need. And then it's going to be a lot of fun. And the Sunday on the 8th, we're going to roll out a brand new program where we're actually going to have 4 Sunday school classes for 4 different age groups. So I am, oh my gosh, in 6 months, we've gone from 1 giant group to 4 age groups. How awesome is that? I'm so excited. But that's it, and thank you.
Yeah, and just a little side note, I wanted to kind of thank the youth department, because let me just tell you, when we did our coffee and music concert here, and Amy Steinberg came, she could not stop talking about our kids. She said that she has been all over, and believe me, she's been all over performing and seen different groups, and to watch our youth, how enthusiastic they are about jumping in, and they know this teaching, y'all. I mean, anytime you throw something at them, they bounce it right back at you. And they don't just say little words. These kids know the teaching. And it's so awesome to see that somebody that's coming from the outsider has been to big, big churches can come and say, oh, look at this. What is happening in Ocala? And it's just wonderful. And it's all thanks to the youth department. And, you know, our kids are thriving because of it. So I'm very excited. Council meeting. The first was a Sunday. Okay. It's next Sunday. Okay. So the council meeting on the 8th is after the service. On the 1st. I'm so sorry. On the 1st. I'm sorry. Council meeting on the 1st. It's after service. Feel free to join us. It's a wide open meeting. You can join the board. You can give your 2 cents. You can give your 3 cents. You can give your whole $1 if you want to, and they will listen to you, and they will take your ideas and, you know, suggestions into, you know, because these are people who are members of the church. It's not just the leadership of the church. These are members of the church. I myself is included, and it's just wonderful to know that we all have a voice at what goes on here at Oakbrook. And at this time, on Facebook, take out your phones, hashtag Oakbrook CSL. Check in on Facebook. The more you check in, every time you step foot on this property, I want to see check-ins. Well, one, I can keep track of all y'all. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what, though? People start to get, you guys have heard of the term the buzz, right? People get the buzz around what's going on. And so that's what we want to do. So go ahead and check in. And the more you check in, the more visible you are. And don't forget, we're also on YouTube. And go ahead and sign the attendance log as is going down each one of the rows. Just pass it across. If you have a prayer request, don't forget to write it in and hold it up during the offering, and they will come around with the basket and get it from you. 3 easy ways to tithe. Use a tithe envelope with your cash. Use a check directly into the basket, or you can scan the QR code that is in your bulletin right now. And during the service, please, I am asking you to silence your cell phone, put it on vibrate, so that it doesn't accidentally go off in the middle of the service. And now the Signs of Mind reading by Lita Castillo.
She does such a great job, doesn't she? Okay, today's reading is from the Science of Mind, and it's on precious moments. I'm going to read on the left a few little notes first before I read the message. I just got one last thing. I urge all of you, to enjoy your life, the precious moments you have, to spend each day with some laughter and some thought, to get your emotions going. That's by Jim Valvano. When we constructively praise and creatively bless, life abounds with love, peace, and joy. That's from page 434 on the Science of Mind. And to read the story, when I was 19 years old, I became ill and had to be hospitalized. I was alone in New York and scared to have this procedure, but it was necessary. A friend and his wife came to see me and were upset with the care I was receiving. He showed up daily to support me and then insisted that I stay in their home during my recovery. He became a father figure to me. When I got the call that he had made his transition, I felt a deep sadness and then suddenly had an amazing flash of what I call precious moments come flooding into my mind. I saw him laughing and expressing the joy of being alive. I heard him telling jokes and reciting poetry that poured out of his mouth with such ease. These memories come back to me as if they were happening in that very moment. I do not remember a time that he was not loving, kind, considerate, and excited to connect with me. I am so grateful for the time we had together. I hold our precious moments as gifts from the universe to be treasured. There are people who are important to you. I hope you will honor the precious moments with each and every one of them. We are not guaranteed a long life. So I say, lavish the people you love with kindness, care, honesty, authenticity, and joy. Create memories that will last long after either of you leave this planet. And today's affirmation is, today I celebrate my loved ones I take time to remind them of how precious they are to me and what a difference they make in my life. I consciously create precious moments.
Thank you, Lita. Welcome to Oak Brook Center for Spiritual Living. Let's stand for All There Is. Welcome one another, shall we?
Good morning.
Now they're on.
Yeah.
Are we in?
It was just the warm up, you guys. Now we're on.
We got to go through that sound system so we can sound awesome. 93 million miles from the sun. People get ready, 'cause here it comes. It's a light, a beautiful light, over the horizon into our eyes. Oh my, how beautiful. Oh, my beautiful mother, she told me, girl, in life you're gonna go far. If you do it right, you'll love where you are. Just know, wherever you go, you can always come home. 240,000 miles from the moon. We've come a long way to belong here, to share this view of the night, a glorious night. Over the horizon is another bright sky. Oh my, how beautiful. Oh my, irrefutable father, he told me, girl, sometimes it may seem dark, but the absence of the light is a necessary part. Just know you're never alone. You can always come back home. Oh, 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 you can always come back. Every road is a slippery slope. There is always a hand that you can hold on to. Looking deeper through the telescope, you can see that your home's inside of you. Just know that wherever you go, no, you're never alone. You will always get back home. From the sun, people get ready, 'cause here it comes. It's a light, a beautiful light, over the horizon into our eyes.
Show going on back there. Did you notice it? I love the mics, though. It's worth it. We just need a little logistics with the palm trees. We have a very special topic this morning, and it's kind of a combination of things. But I love the song, and I'm so glad it got to be sung before my talk because I'm referring to it a lot. So there was a little juggling around that, and we're glad Kelly is here. She came from Orlando this morning. This idea of 93 million miles talks about where the Earth is in relationship to the sun, and the distance that we are from the moon talks about where the Earth is in relationship to the moon. But I invite you all to just look within yourself right now. You're in the right place, aren't you? Yeah, you're right where you belong right now. We're so glad you're here at Oak Brook Center for Spiritual Living. We've got Memorial Day this Sunday, tomorrow, and I have a little clip. Is that one ready for us? Okay, let's do the little clip. This is a commercial, but it was emailed to me by the secretary from our Interfaith Alliance. She finds these really neat things, and I don't usually do a food store advertisement at the first part of my talk. So to watch closely, you're probably not going to see it again, but it was very meaningful to me. No words at all, just watch. It really did touch me. My son, when he's deployed, wears a uniform, not too different from that. And Chick, many of you know, served in the Air Force before his retirement and might have worn a uniform not too different from the other one, except it would be Air Force. He served in Vietnam, and when the Vietnam Wall was here, do you remember the movable wall, and they had it down on 25th? We did go to that, and he looked up some friends of his that had passed as a result of the Vietnam War, because you could do an alphabetical looking up and find out where they would be. And the tears flowed. Never talked about it before or since, but we know that there are those that have given their lives, given their all, and we remember them this weekend, in this upcoming week. And many of us have family members that we may have lost at the time of war or serving our country, and for us to get that connection. I have a story that I'd like to share with you. It speaks a lot about my own upbringing, because I was in a marching band when I was in high school. I played the piccolo. You can picture that? The flute and the piccolo, but for marching bands I always played the piccolo. And on Memorial Day, it was a consolidated school system, tiny little town. There were 65 in my graduating class, and it took 3 towns to get 65 graduating in Northeast Ohio. And on Memorial Day, we marched in 3 parades. One, I would have much rather been at the beach, because they opened the swimming hole that same day. And so this particular story speaks to me a lot. I leaned against an oak at the side of the road, wishing I were invisible, keeping my distance from my parents on their lawn chairs and my younger siblings scampering about. I hoped none of my friends saw me there. God forbid they caught me waving one of the small American flags Mom bought at Ben Franklin for a dime. At 16, I was too old and definitely too cool for our small town's Memorial Day parade. I ought to be at the lake, I brooded. But no, the all-day festivities were mandatory in my family. A high school band marched by, the girl in sequins missing her baton as it tumbled from the sky. Firemen blasted sirens in their polished red trucks. The uniforms on the troop of World War II veterans looked too snug on more than one member. Here comes Mema, my father shouted. 5 black convertibles lumbered down the boulevard. The mayor was in the first, handing out programs. I didn't need to look at one. I knew my Uncle Bud's name was printed on it, as it had been every year since he was killed in Italy, our family's war hero. And I knew that perched on the back seat of one of the cars, waving and smiling, was Mema, my grandmother. She had a corsage on her lapel and the sign in gold embossed letters on the car door, Gold Star Mother. I hid behind the tree so I wouldn't have to meet her gaze. It wasn't because I didn't love her or appreciate her. She taught me how to sew, to call a strike in baseball. She made great cinnamon rolls, which we always ate after the parade. What embarrassed me was all the attention she got for a son who died 20 years earlier. With 4 other children and a dozen grandchildren, why linger over this one long-ago loss? I peeked out from behind the oak tree in time to see Mema wave and blow my family a kiss as the motorcade moved on, the purple ribbon on her hat that fluttered in the breeze. The rest of our Memorial Day ritual was equally scripted. No use trying to get out of it. I followed my family back to Mema's house, where there was the usual baseball game in the backyard and the same old reminiscing about Uncle Bud in the kitchen. Helping myself to a cinnamon roll, I retreated to the living room and plopped down on the armchair. There I found myself staring at the Army photo of Bud on the bookcase, the uncle I'd never known. I must have looked at him 1,000 times, so proud in his crested cap and knotted tie. His uniform was decorated with military emblems that I could never decode. Funny, he was starting to look younger to me as I got older. "Who were you, Uncle Bud?" I nearly asked aloud. I picked up the photo and turned it over. Yellowing tape held a prayer card that read, "Lloyd Bud Heitzman, 1925 to 1944, a great hero. 19 years old when he died, not much older than I was, but a great hero? How could you be a hero at 19? The floorboards creaked behind me. I turned to see Mema coming in from the kitchen, wiping her hands on her apron. I almost hid the photo because I didn't want to listen to the same stories I'd heard year after year. Your Uncle Bud had this little rat terrier named Jiggs, good old Jiggs. How he loved that mutt. He wouldn't go anywhere without Jiggs. Remember how hard Bud worked after we lost the farm? At haying season, he worked all day. And the story goes on until she's invited to open a box of memorabilia from Bud. A photo of Bud was in that, along with his wallet. There were other photos in the wallet, a laughing Bud standing arm in arm with two buddies, photos of my mom, an aunt, and uncle, another of Mema waving. This was the home Uncle Bud took with him, I thought. I could see him in a foxhole taking out these snapshots to remind himself of how much he was loved and missed. "Who's that?" I pointed to the shot of a pretty dark-haired girl. "Marie." Bud dated her in high school. He wanted to marry her when he came home. A girlfriend, marriage. How heartbreaking to have a life, plans, and hopes for the future so brutally snuffed out. Sitting on the bed, Mema and I sifted through the treasures in the box. A gold watch that had never been wound again. A sympathy letter from President Roosevelt and one from Bud's commander. A medal shaped like a heart trimmed in a purple ribbon. And at the very bottom, the deed to Mema's house. "Why is this here?" I asked. "Because Bud bought this house for me," she explained. How after his death, the U.S. government gave her $10,000, and with it she built the house that she was still living in. He kept his promise all right, Mema said in a quiet voice. For a long time, the two of us sat there on the bed. Then we put the wallet, the medal, the letters, the watch, the photos, and the deed back into the metal box. I finally understood why it was so important for Mema and me to remember Uncle Bud on this day. If he'd lived longer, he might have built that house for Mema or married his high school girlfriend. There might have been children and grandchildren to remember him by. As it was, there was only that box, the name in the program, and the reminiscing around the kitchen table. "I guess he was a hero because he gave everything for what he believed," I said carefully. "Yes, child," Mema replied, wiping a tear with the back of her hand. "Don't ever forget that." I haven't. Even today, with Mema gone, my husband and I take our lawn chairs to the tree-shaded boulevard on Memorial Day and give our 3 daughters small American flags that I buy for $1 at Ben Franklin. I want them to remember that life isn't just about getting what you want. Sometimes it involves giving up the things you love for what you love even more. That many men and women did the same for their country. That's what I think when I see the parade pass now. And if I close my eyes and imagine, I can still see Mema in a regal purple hat honoring her son, a true American hero. So whatever you do tomorrow, take that moment, that silent moment, and remember someone. It may be someone that died in the military in service of our country, or it may be someone that was a friend of yours, or it may be someone that lived a full life but gave their life to something important. And that's what I'd like to talk about now, is that in addition to those that died in the war, there were the ideals and the ideas behind our country. Men have died in wars for lots of years, but they didn't always die for what our country stands for. And for us to remember that combination, and of course on the 4th of July, we put more attention on the Declaration of Independence, and this was the team of people that pulled together to create our Declaration of Independence. Most, of course, we recognize Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson there, but there were others, John Adams and a couple others that I don't know. Robert Livingston, and it's on there, but I can't, yeah, the 5 of them, yeah. Okay, thank you. So we come to this place from 93 million miles from the sun, and the song did such a good job of showing us that. And you know, the song talks about the sun coming up, or the light coming, and I was watching one of the new Cosmos. How many of you are watching the new Cosmos series? That we see the sun before it comes up. Do you know that? Every morning you see the sun at the horizon before it's really cleared the planet, because of the way our atmosphere acts as a lens. So we do see the sun rise before it does if we're looking at the horizon. And at the ocean we can do that, right? And we're that far from the moon. And that pinpoints what planet we're on if we know where the sun is and where the moon is. But we come to the earth, and the question is, we come for a limited period of time, and that was called by Joel Goldsmith a parenthesis in eternity. He's written a book by that title, Our Life. And you know that parenthesis that's in the memorial program of your beginning date and ending date as we memorialize individuals. But what our parenthesis in eternity is all about. Why have we come? I was on the Ocala River the other day, and there was this wonderful knee to a cypress tree that looked like a man in contemplation. Do you see it there? Yeah. So here we've come to the planet Earth. We've come to bring our gifts for us to be who it is that we are on planet Earth. And for us to share that with one another, to be there for one another, and to open our lives to be the gift that we are. Now, the purpose that we might have in our life may very well be based on someone who we could memorialize tomorrow. Ernest Holmes isn't here anymore. Nona Brooks, one of my heroes, is not here anymore. And yet we read their words. Their words inspire us. They lift us. They bring us to a place of growth and opportunity in our individual lives, and also for us to have this wider view of what our lives are all about. And so I would love to share with you this morning a treatment written by someone that was early on in our teaching, Claudine Whitaker, and she's new to me. I've not heard of her before. Who'd like to hand these out? I'll just keep one. Just give me one, Angie. Thank you. Okay, hand these out. For us to speak about why we are here and what it is we're giving to our wonderful planet as we live our lives. It is geared around our purpose for being here, isn't it? And so this is an invitation, a treatment of sorts. And the quote is from John, "To this end I was born, and for this cause came I unto the world, that I should bear witness to the truth," or bear witness to the light, actually, right? And so for us to know, and if you look at the words here, it's talking about us coming to be God's representative. I, a living, thinking being, am a distributor of the infinite goodness. Have you ever thought of yourself as being God's distributor? And what is it that you're distributing? You're distributing peace and love and joy. You're distributing courage and faith. The universal mind uses our thoughts as its channel for distributing its healing power. To this end, each of us were born, and for this cause we came into the world. So I invite us this morning to take a look at our lives. Just take a look. Think about what you did this last week. Think about where you're spending your time and the opportunities that you have of service to our world, to do all those things as being a distributor of courage. I'm sure if we asked around the room, there would be someone that would say, yes, I was a distributor of God's courage because I was doing that. We certainly can say we're a distributor of God's joy. As we hear joyful noise, they're certainly distributing God's joy, right? And as we think about those gifts that we bring, and that those are our available gifts to bring because of those who brought them to us. Our parents that inspired us, our friends that have inspired us, those that we read that inspire us. And for us on this particular Memorial Day, for us to know that since we do touch each other's lives, that every person in your life is there as an opportunity for you to remember why you've come to earth. And every person, every event, every circumstance you encounter offers you a gift. Yet another chance to remember to love, to serve, and to remember to love. So, and this is from Dennis Merritt Jones, one of our great ministers out from California. He's been at the conference that Beth has in Switzerland, and he says that's why we're here. Do you all agree with that? And so what I'd like to do is we've got, Brandon, would you come up? And Derek, yeah, both of you, would you each go back and get a mic? Kaylee, right? Would you each go and get a mic from Brian? And we're going to hand the mics around the room. And yeah, so you can just stand right here, Brandon. And what we're going to do is we're going to pass the mics around, and one by one, tell us who you are remembering to love. It could be someone that inspired you, of books you've read of theirs, that's no longer on the planet. We're especially gearing today, since it's Memorial Day weekend, to those that have inspired us, those that we would like to just name one name. So yes, come down both of these aisles and hand the mic to somebody and let them say who it is they're remembering to love. And Brandon will ring the chime for them.
My mother, Mayelico.
A little louder. Do it again. Okay.
Arthur Green.
My grandmother, Kathleen Dennis.
My parents, Sue and Earl.
Horace Floyd.
Uncle Albert.
My Uncle Vince. My father, Frederick Allen.
My grandfather, Donald Lord.
My father, Grover Schmidt.
My grandmother, Mary Ferranti.
My grandfather, William Crawford.
My friend, Scott Avery.
My uncle, Bud Roberts.
My grandparents.
My
grandfather.
We knew it was going to happen, didn't we? Take it again. Derek, or go ahead.
My grandfather, Charles Oliver.
My parents, Aide and Confessor Perez.
Neil Clark.
My son, Skip.
My dad, Ralph David.
My mother, Roma Strait.
My father, George. My grandmother, Melvinia, and Reverend Barker.
My mother, Nadine Louthen.
My dad, Paul.
My brothers, Ed and
my loved ones.
Go ahead, Nancy.
My brothers, Ed and Hilton.
Paige Alice.
My dad, Roy.
Brian? Yeah, go ahead, Brian. No, no one? Okay. Kaylee? Did you do one, Kaylee?
The Allen family.
Oh, yes, you were busy with the mic. You didn't hear. There was those that had passed. So, yeah. That's all right. We're glad you're still here. Yeah, yeah.
The other Alan
Yeah. Brandon didn't.
Or Derek.
No, Derek. Go ahead, Derek. I didn't hear you. Or Angel. Oh. Bring the mic back up here. Would you please, Derek? Thank you.
Oh, I actually have a list, but I'll just keep it real simple. My grandfather, Gail, who served in Korea. My great-great-grandfather, Charles, who served in World War I. And Kenny, my great-great-great-grandfather, who was, one was World War II, and then my great-great-great was World War I.
Thank you.
You first. Grover Schmidt.
Thank you. And my dad, Herb Craig. Thank you. Let's turn within for just a minute. We're not done yet, but let's just give a moment of silence for all those that have been named. With the clearing chime, the presence of those that we've loved and continue to love. We give thanks for them. Now I invite you to come back to the room. And let's do our affirmation together, shall we? I give thanks for my life and for each person who has touched my life. We are, everyone, as much a part of the universe as the sun, the earth, and the air. And so it is. Let's turn within one more time and feel ourselves a part of the universe. We may be able to locate ourselves as being 93 million miles from the sun and 240,000 miles from the moon here on planet Earth. And we've come to this planet to do the great work that is ours alone to do. To be inspired by those who have come before us and who are here with us. Our lives are blessed because of the connection. And so this Memorial Day weekend, I invite us to feel that connection, to remember. We can celebrate immortality at the same time as we miss those that have gone before. That human aspect of ourselves certainly misses the presence of our loved ones that have left, and we're still here. And yet we do have the wonderful promise of our seeing them again. And we also have the wonderful gift of life with a capital L, that is God in expression, expressing through and in and as who they are as well as who we are. That as we allow ourselves to celebrate life, this Memorial Day weekend, we find ourselves deeply enriched, not just by the memories, but by that inspiration, by that lifting up of our vibration into a way of being that we would not have been without them. I give thanks for all the God beings that we've known and that we know today. And I give thanks for the God beings that we are and those that we influence and those who will remember us. I give thanks for it all. And so it is. For him.
525,600 minutes. 525,000 moments so dear. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife. In 525,600 minutes, how do you measure a year in a life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes. 525,000 journeys to plan. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
Truths that she learned, or in times that he cried, in bridges he burned, or the way that she died.
It's time now to sing out, for the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends. Oh, you've got to remember the love. Oh, yes, love is a gift from up above. Love, sing out, give out, measure your life, measure your life in love. Seasons of love.
Whew. Good job. Very nice. Thank you, Joyful Noise. Lots of numbers in their songs this morning. Did you notice that? Lots of numbers. Lots of numbers. Speaking of numbers, we're going to take our offering now. We're going to celebrate our abundance, actually. And so, yes. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. She's ready to go. Very good. Okay, as we take our gift in our hand, or the memory of our gift in our hand that we're giving this month, hold it to our heart and consciousness. Let's say our affirmation together in unison. How good it is to know that I am the place where the abundance of the universe flows. And as the abundance flows through me, it is with a grateful heart that I give. I know that as I give, so much more is given back to me. Gratefully and joyfully, I give of my time, my talents, my gifts, and my heart. And so it is. And those with prayer requests, please hold them up so that Craig will find you with our prayer chest. It's never too late.
All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes
comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly.
Let us turn within, feeling ourselves enveloped by all the abundance of the universe. For we know that we do live and move and have our being in divine life, and that divine life includes unlimited abundance. In this moment, I especially give thanks for our tithes and offerings that are in our baskets, for those that come through the mail to us, in whatever form they come to Oak Brook Center for Spiritual Living. I give thanks for them, for I know that Oak Brook exists because of the divine idea that it is, and because of the givingness of each one, of time, of talent, of money. And I give thanks knowing also that as we give, we set that law in motion of abundance, and it comes back full circle and blesses our individual lives, the lives of our loved ones, in ways that are monetary in nature and in ways far beyond monetary in nature. I give thanks for that divine circulation of God's great abundance. I give thanks also for our prayer requests today. I know that the answer to every request already exists in divine mind, and that our prayer ministry team, which will be praying about each of these requests in confidence this week, know that truth, knowing that the answer already exists and is unfolding in ways beyond perhaps even that envisioned by the one that wrote the prayer request. I do give thanks that this is so, and so it is. And now in preparation for Ken giving us our spiritual mind treatment, our affirmative prayer this morning, let's remain seated and sing, I Am So Blessed. And isn't that true? We are, aren't we?
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. So blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. So grateful for all that I have. All that I have. I am so blessed.
My age, I'm grateful to be able to do that. The one universal being responsible for the existence of each and every one of us is known by various names: divine, the center, the presence, God. But it's all one. We are all part of that one. The one life of the universe, that's our life individually, and the one mind of the universe is our mind. We are all part of that mind. Very small part, but a part. I use that now, and what is true for me is true for all here present. You bring with you the unconditional love that is a gift to you at your creation. You will have that for your whole life to use for yourselves and to give to others. I know that this is true for you, and I realize this truth on your behalf. To the full extent of your acceptance of this truth of your being, there are many gifts to life, and we can enjoy them and assist others. And I recognize that you are interested in doing this. This is a part of life, to be with people that appreciate us and that we appreciate it, to show that appreciation. And when you do that, you are expressing that unconditional love. To the full extent of your acceptance of that, you are empowered with clarity in your lives. You are encouraged and assisted in making the decisions that are helpful to your lives and to the lives of others. This is part of what you receive as a creation of the one Creator, and empowering you all to create with that power in a positive manner. And I'm grateful for the empowerment of my voice this day, expressing truth of you, and in a certain knowledge that it is done unto us as we believe. As we believe, is it done unto us. I release this into the universal law, the intent of God that it be so. And so it is.
Thank you, Ken. Let's stand for our Oakbrook song, shall we? Form our circle. Turn on some lights. Having a nap. Do we have more young people in the back?
No,
Okay.
vacation day.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're ready then, Brian.
We look around, our family is here, spirit has guided, and now we can see clear. Oakbrook's our center for spiritual living, a place we can share, cause all are so giving. Leave today with our hearts anew, an example to the world, that's me and you. So we join hands and hearts till we all meet again, united together as family and friends. We stand for something and against nothing. We accept everyone without changing them, awakening people to the truth of their inherent divinity, creating a world that works for all humanity. Look around, our family is here, spirit has guided, and now we can see clear. Oakbrook's our center for spiritual